Hello. As I record this, it's the New Year period. It's January. So Happy New Year if you're watching this in the beginning of the new year. If not, don't worry about it. Today's topic is truisms. A truism is something that we know or we think is true, and it's so obvious, everybody knows it. You don't need to say it. So, like, work hard and you will be successful. It's kind of a truism. Don't be jealous. There's advice that we give maybe children. It's so true that you don't need to say it. But of course, we forget sometimes some advice. Anyway, I was just thinking about advice, and I like giving advice to my daughters. I'm sorry for them. And they've heard all of these perhaps lots and lots of times. So I'm going to share them with you and see what you think. So here's 8 truisms that I think are so true I almost don't need to explain them. But we will. This is an English lesson. Let's do some vocab. Hooray! Okay, so at the top here, some truisms. These are advice. Number 1, flexibility over rigidity. Rigidity. What? Flexible, you can change. Rigid, you cannot change. So don't stick to, my advice is don't stick to rules exactly 100%. You can change. You can be flexible. And it's better to be flexible. I think Japanese say case by case. Um, Better than sticking 100% to always following the rule. Do you agree? To me, that's a truism, but maybe you might disagree with that one. I don't know. Number 2, producing is more satisfying than consuming. Producing, making things, is more enjoyable than consuming, using things or eating things. For example, it's more fun to bake a cake than just to eat the cake, maybe. More fun to write a book than to read a book. More satisfying to um, write a song than just to listen to a song. I don't know. Yeah, I like both, of course, but it's my truism. Number 3, some advice: avoid comparisons to others. In life, there's always somebody more beautiful, richer, better, better at, for example, better at teaching English, a better student, somebody who has a bigger car. But I would suggest comparing yourself to other people will only make you miserable. Better to compare yourself to yourself, to your younger self. Have I learnt more than I did last year? Have I earned more money? Have I got more savings in the bank? Have I read more books? If the answer is yes, then congratulations. If the answer is no, okay, get to work. So compare yourself with your younger self is better than comparing to others. Okay, number 4, comfort the afflicted, afflict the comfortable. Punch up, not down. This, I'm not sure if George Orwell said this, a writer, but the idea is you should help people, comfort you, you help people, support. Afflicted is people who are in trouble. So help people in trouble and then afflict the comfortable, give trouble to people who are very comfortable. What? What does it mean? Well, for example, if you're a journalist, you should research what the prime minister is doing, what is the president doing, these powerful people, and criticize. But you shouldn't be looking into what some children on the streets, if they're playing football and they're maybe using bad words or something. That's They are not the powerful. So if you have lots of power, you should be prepared to criticize that and do the opposite with people with no power. An easier way of thinking about it: punch up, not down. That's comedians say that. Make fun of the president, or make fun of Trump because he's powerful. Don't make fun of the poor. Um, I don't know, the poor immigrant who doesn't have a job. Right? Don't punch down, punch up. Okay. Okay, number 5, doing the right thing rarely pays in the short term, but works out in the long term. Hmm? Doing the right thing. If you try to do the right thing in life, sometimes you don't make any money, you don't. It's sometimes harder than doing the more difficult thing that is right. In the short term, maybe you don't make any money, but in the long term, things work out better. I kind of believe that. Number 6, you are what you do, not what you say. So I can talk about doing good things, but another expression, talk is cheap. Talking is just talking. Doing is more important. I don't know. What do you think? I think that's kind of a truism. Everybody knows that, right? Here's a good one. I like this one. Number 7. A professional is just an amateur who didn't quit. I think about that. If you want to be a writer or a painter, I'm an amateur painter, but I will always be an amateur if I quit. The professionals are the ones that keep going, and learning and get better. I haven't done enough. Okay, number 8. Think long term, not short term. Long term, long time. So, like, especially with savings, think about the future. Put your money away now and save for the future is always better. If you think only short term, oh, I'll just buy that now because I want it now. Short term pleasure. Oh, I'll have that ice cream. Yeah, and then you get fat, and then you have problems, and you get older. It's kind of a truism, isn't it? But remember, in the long term, we're all dead. John Maynard Keynes, a British economist, famously said, in the long run, in the long term, we are all dead. So if you only think about the long-term benefits, you'll get nothing. So you have to balance it. And that goes back to number 1, flexibility over rigidity. You should be moderate in all things. Okay, those are some truisms that I know. Let's have a look. Questions. I've got some questions here. Number 1, which of these truisms is the best? Well, let me get rid of this thing here. Sorry. There we go. Oops. Okay. Okay, which of these truisms is the best? So there's 8 up there. You'll have to tell me. Number 2, are there any that you disagree with? Number 3, do you have any personal truisms? Okay, have a go at some of these questions, and I'll see you soon. See you. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Okay, see you.